It says I'm live. Ooh, live. Haven't done one of these in a week. Feels weird. Um, but it's good to be back. So, welcome. I'm glad that you can join me or watch us later. It's fantastic. Let me take a sip of my CBD tea. So, sorry. So, let's talk about some headlines and some thought from me about some current news that just happened this week and some current thoughts that are happening via social media. I don't know what I want to address first. I kind of just don't want to talk about the announcement from To the Stars because I kind of already did a video on that, but we can dive back into that later on. I'd rather talk about stuff that's going to land me in hot water or make people uncomfortable or piss people off. That's what I want to talk about. So, with that being said, let's talk about Jack Brewer and his thoughts on basically what we're doing is not subjective, and this is a sentiment and statement that was echoed by a few other people that I have seen via social media. I don't know why. Um, I really don't know why. I feel that's a lot of what my friends, my colleagues do is objective. It's not just nonsensical wishing upon a star. So I don't know where that's coming from. Obviously, I feel that a lot of those guys, Jack Brewer, and I'm not see I'm conflicted. Do I say this person's name? I will say I on Facebook I deleted or unliked their Facebook page only because I don't agree with what he had said. If you follow my Twitter, you'll know who I'm talking about. He has his own podcast. He mainly talks about older cases. But in any case, he had said that we are not subjective enough, the pro to the stars or pro ATIP crowd, and that he will be glad when this era of ufology dies and goes away. A few things wrong with that statement from him, not so much from me. Ufology doesn't exist. It's a made up term. MJ Benai's I believe, just did a YouTube video about this. It's a made up term. So it doesn't hold any water, it doesn't hold any weight. So it doesn't offend me in the sense of, or it does offend me that he's saying that we get lumped into that. I don't know any of my friends or colleagues say they're ufologists. I just don't. I know maybe one or two that would consider themselves as such, but I'm not. I'm not down on them for saying that. I mean, they have a right to their opinion, but I just disagree with that sentiment. So, anyways, he had said that we're not subjective and that it's just a lot of putting down and negative thought, which really I thought was funny because he probably needs a mirror put up to his face because they do a lot of that. The Jack Brewers of the world, the John Tennys of the world. And it's weird with John. I know I keep bringing him up, and I promise it'll be the last time. But John Tenney, he goes and tweets at To the Stars uh, for their History Channel show that was announced, and was like, "Can I get my show talked about like this?" Or I forget what it was, something stupid. And then when I'm like, "Why do you even do that?" Like, if you don't like it, that's fine. You cannot like it. Cool, awesome. Then shut the fuck up about it. Don't go to their Twitter and say, "Hey, can you do the same thing for me?" You just look stupid, and I don't know. He rubs me the wrong way, and like I said, he especially lives in this echo chamber of like the hellier people, Dana Newkirk and Greg Newkirk, and they just right now they're in Hawaii, and it's a giant circle jerk of uh, I'm more punk rock than Tom DeLonge because he involves spooks and this that, and I know a lot of people are just like, "What are you talking about, Chris?" Again, check Twitter. It's interesting what these people have to say. Again, they make proclamations about to the stars, and I found in uh, my research and my study that a lot of these people who talk all this shit, they don't do actual research onto the stars. They get in that echo chamber of circle jerkdom, and they bounce these ideas off each other, and there's no new thought entering in whatsoever. And they look at it from afar and make these stupid things like I don't even who knows. There's nobody watching, which kind of bums me out. But people may come in, I don't know, or maybe I'll just shoot this video with nobody watching. That's cool too. Um, but yeah, I don't understand where they're coming from with all that. I thought the goal was to bring focus and bring attention to this subject, but maybe they don't want. I honestly feel that they don't want to include as many people as possible because they feel that it will dilute the field. But I say the more the merrier. I just do, and I don't care how fucking crazy you get either. I'll call you out, but if you want to look at this topic and you want to talk about blue avian cult people, cool. I'm not going to be a supporter, but that's cool. At least you're somewhat in the area code of what we're talking about. And then I guess the other news of the day, besides the ongoing conference, the academic conference with scientists and aviation people and a few other people in Huntsville, Alabama, right now with Lou Elizondo. So that's going to be cool. I don't know what kind of news is going to be coming out of there, but I'm sure it's going to be good. I wanted to go to that conference, but it just wasn't going to happen. Too close to me being on vacation, and then yeah, it wasn't going to happen. So whatever. It's not really that big of a deal. But the other noteworthy thing that I want to talk about and kind of address, and I don't understand. Well, I do, but I don't. So Roger Glassell, I don't know how you pronounce his last name. He's Swedish. He tweeted out that the ATIP did not release the 3 declassified videos, the Tic Tac, Gimbal, and Go Fast videos, that none of them were released by ATIP. And he says on his Twitter that he can, or in his words, prove me wrong. Now, I don't have his, I asked from him to see the email. And he shared it with me, but again, he deletes the person who he talked to at the Defense Department. So, I don't know. My feeling is and I may piss people off here, but I don't care. That's who I am. I'm going to speak freely here. I really feel that Roger's trying to stir the pot and stir shit up. And then Jack Brewer kind of piggybacks off of what Roger had said the other day. This morning, Jack tweeted a bunch of crap, which I replied, I'm like, so the witnesses from the Tic Tac and Gimbal videos, would they fucking come out of thin air? They disappear out of thin air? They're not real? Kevin Day is not real. Gary Voorhees is not real. Who else would there be? I've got a bad memory right now. Anyways, if you're in the ATIP group, you know who I'm talking about. But like these witnesses don't exist. Like those events didn't happen. And I know he says in his tweet, Roger says that he's not insinuating that. But my takeaway is if you're saying that the ATIP didn't release this and the DOD didn't release this, then you're trying to spin it as these videos are not what they claim to be, even though that's not his issue. But I find that very disingenuous and downright, kind of conspiracy leaning. And that's just my take. I mean, he's trying to say, prove me wrong, but we know from George Knapp's work and Nick Redfern's and a few other people that there is this, or still ongoing, this split within the Defense Department, especially the Pentagon. You had the super religious people over here and the people who wanted this topic to come out and be talked about. And I feel that what Roger's is butting up against with this FOIA request that he's gotten, that the Defense Department or ATIP didn't release these videos, is just that. I think it's a shell game of moving around these agencies and their acronyms and their names. They change all the time. Hell, Paul Dean has proved that without a shadow of a doubt. So is Keith Basterfield. So I don't understand what Roger's goal is here. Like, am I an asshole? I mean, I'm not a fan of his. I'll be honest, I'm really not, because I've kind of, I'm not. I see him in the ATIP group, but I'm not gonna like send him a friend's request or anything. I just wonder what he's thinking with doing this. What's his motivation? Is he trying to, as he would say, prove me wrong or prove us wrong? To say, see, the videos aren't what they are or claim to be, but we have witnesses. What do we do with that? Now, Jack Brewer, and I know he would say this, even though he's too cowardly to fucking tweet back at me, because I tweeted him this, is what do you do with the witnesses then? I know he doesn't like witnesses because he's said so much. Witness testimony can't be sometimes verified, and also you can't trust a witness. Then what the fuck can we do then? Then you're left with nothing. Then you should just go be a bird watcher at this point. If you're going to be that stupid and not use your critical thinking skills and know that there's this split within the Defense Department, instead you just want to propose conspiracy theories which get labeled towards us or whatever. I mean, it is what it is. Man, this is fucking brutal. So it's already 13 minutes in and there's nobody watching. Cool. Maybe should have chosen a different day. But those are the things I kind of wanted to talk about, and I kind of need an audience to bounce ideas off of, even if it was one person. But that's okay. I'll press on. Embrace the suck, right? So I also this week tweeted out famously that for any of the skeptics, naysayers, or shit talkers, hey, there's one person watching now. Awesome. Thanks for watching, whoever you are. I famously tweeted out this week, if you have any proof or evidence that what Two Stars is doing, oh, they disappeared. Show me this evidence. And nobody tweeted back at me. Not one. Not one. Nobody. Because you don't have any. We don't. You can't say that they are an operation, a PSYOP, and you cannot say they aren't a PSYOP. We don't have enough information on that. And here's another thing I have a problem with is people don't want to just see how this transpires. I don't. Why wouldn't you want to? Why would you not want them to succeed? I don't understand that. I've never once understood that. What the fuck is wrong with you mentally to have this thought that I want them to fail because it's all money making. Dude, it's not a Ponzi scheme and it's not money making. So I understand where that thought process is coming from either. And again, I've said this before, if it's a psyop or some kind of operation, it's the longest fucking psyop I've ever encountered. It would be hundreds of millions of dollars thrown at this. And I don't see that. I don't. And I've looked objectively and have researched objectively into all the counter intel, whether it be Project Beta stuff. I know my history about that. I know that, yes, intelligence agencies have infiltrated MUFON or other UFO groups. We get this, but that was the past. This is 2019. Yes, you can learn from history. I get it. I learn from history all the time. But why? I don't understand why. Again, I feel, and a few others have said the same thing, that the reason why they're so scared of this momentum happening is because nobody's going to listen to them anymore. And it's probably true. I certainly am not going to listen to those people anymore. Once this ball really gets going, it already has, nobody's going to listen to them or take them seriously. Nobody is. All right, we're at the 20-minute mark almost, and there's still nobody watching. Awesome. Fucking awesome. Yeah, I really need an audience to bounce some ideas, being a live stream and all, but whatever. Yeah, I mean, I wanted to bring up the whole Roger Glassell thing with the audience and see what they thought. Nobody's here, so I mean, I only have my thoughts. I think that he's got some kind of other underlying motivation for him to say, "Prove me wrong." What happens if we do prove you wrong? Then you look like a schmuck. We already have shown that they've changed the name from aerospace to aerospace. Again, it's a huge. What was it? Not aircraft, aerospace, aircraft or aircraft to aerospace. In any case, they changed the ATIP name acronym because that's what they do. And we know that there's these two opposing sides, one super religious and one not, that kind of wants this topic to be talked about. And who's to say, and I know this is speculation, but again, it's informed speculation. There's some evidence to point in that direction. Not a lot, but a little bit. To show that there's definitely a split to not wanting this topic to be out there for whatever reason. So maybe that's why the DOD. I mean, here's the other thing. I can go back. I have it on my phone still and screenshot, and I think I have it on Instagram too, where the Defense Department, even a week after the two videos were released, the gimbal and the Tic Tac video, they were still saying that we didn't release those videos a week after December 16th, 2017. So we know the Pentagon has dragged their feet on stuff like that. I know they have. So yeah, I don't understand what Roger's trying to do with that. So what are your thoughts, even though there's no audience, but maybe later on you could leave me a comment. So yeah, what are your thoughts on what Roger's doing? Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand. yeah, since there's no audience really to do anything, kind of just want to like shut this live stream down since it's nobody's watching. This is by far the worst one. There hasn't been one person. And I know I put it out there that I was doing this a couple times. And I get it. It's not the greatest time. I totally understand. But it's the only time I can do it. So it is what it is. I'm trying to rack my brain. Yeah, those are the only things I really wanted to talk about. Yeah, kind of lost here right now. Uh, yeah, I don't know. So with that said, I'm probably going to end this thing because there's nobody. There's been one person watching for like literally 40 seconds, and that was it. So sorry, but so what are your thoughts? Please leave a comment about this. What are your thoughts on why people want this effort to fail? Two, why do you what's your take on the whole Roger Glassell thing with ATIP didn't release the videos? And three, what do we do with like people like Jack Brewer who comment on what Roger's doing and saying that we need to be subjective, and then when I give them, there's witnesses, multiple witnesses, up to 7 potentially. What do you do? Well, they just pop out my ass? What? I mean, that. What are you gonna? What do you do with that then? So witnesses are not to be believed at all. I would say witnesses are the foundation for this topic, bar none. I don't care what anybody says; they are the foundation. Because without witnesses, we wouldn't know about this, right? Or there's some other way that we figured this out and we kind of talk about it or don't talk about it. I don't know. Yeah, so what we got? It's 12:43. It's been going for 22 minutes here. I yes, no since nobody's watching, I kind of just want to end this thing because it's like, ooh, it's dead. I mean, yeah, and I already kind of gave my thoughts on 2 stars with their announcement. I mean, it's a good thing. And no, it's not the announcement, but people are gonna sit there and try to say that it is, but it clearly isn't because we've known about the TV show. At least I've known about the TV show for maybe not so much with the History Channel and A&E networks, but I've known that they were going to shoot a TV show since probably late 2016. So I've known for a while that that was a goal. So sorry, folks. I don't know what to do. Nobody's joining me. I kind of need an audience to bounce some stuff off of. Sorry to disappoint. This video probably fucking sucks. Yeah, I'm sorry. I haven't got anything more for you. Those are just some of my rambling thoughts. I'll catch you sometime next week, probably. And then next week, next Friday, I'll do a live stream again. Let's hope some of you chumps can show up. It's all good. Don't worry. If you can't, I'm not going to get pissed. But it kind of like, I like the whole engagement of an audience, But whatever. I'll catch you guys later. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for everything. Again, I'll catch you guys later. Have a wonderful day.